Tom Thibodeau getting fired by the Knicks. Honestly, bro, it's about damn time. What's good, y'all? Welcome back. I'm your host, LJ. This is Casual Takes. Today, we're going to talk about the Bryce Huff trade, the Tom Thibodeau firing, and we're going to go over the parlay today. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right into it. So, we're going to start off with the Niners trading for Bryce Huff, edge rusher from Philadelphia. They traded a 5th-round pick for him, could turn into a 4th. I love this move, man. First of all, he was on the Jets in 2023, and if you recall, Robert Saleh was the coach there. It was exceptional in 2023, man. One of the highest pass rush win rates in the league since 2022. Second highest, just behind Micah Parsons. He's a fantastic edge rusher, man. Or pass rusher, I should say, right? Because he's not a run defender whatsoever. You're not asking him to come in on first down and defend the run. That's why you drafted Michael Williams, you know what I'm saying? This guy's going to come in and rush the passer on third downs and second and longs. He's going to produce in this Niners defense. He absolutely will. That edge rush duo of Nick Bosa and Bryce Huff on third downs is going to be extremely scary. These are two guys that are going to beat your tackles. They just are. You have to double team Nick Bosa, and you're leaving Bryce Huff one-on-one against probably your right tackle, who's going to be your worst pass protector than the left, right? Love the move. This is fantastic. Robert Saleh cooked once again, you know what I'm saying? John Lynch really asked Robert Saleh, look, man, what do you want? He went, I want this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. You know what I'm saying? You've seen that with the draft strategy. You've seen that with them bringing over Thomas Morstead, Chad Surratt, and now Bryce Huff from the Jets, right? These are Robert Saleh's guys. You know what I'm saying? So I think this Niners defense could be poised for great things. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Only thing I'm concerned about is what are the safeties going to look like? Because Mustafa's going to be out for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, bro, this Niners defense will be way better in 2025. And I think that's going to shock some people. Ed and the LJ in the building. Something I forgot to speak about in the video was Bryce Huff's lack of production for the Eagles last year. That just came from the fact that it wasn't a great scheme fit in Philly, as well as there just being a bunch of D linemen in that room. So it's like, it was just hard for him to get on the field. And especially because the scheme wasn't tailored to his strengths. You know what I mean? I'm going to put a clip of Brandon Graham talking about that right here.
Wasn't a great marriage, I would say, because I know Huff can rush. I see him doing all that, but sometimes it's just different with the type of scheme and what people ask of you and they want you to be able to do. And maybe it just wasn't that for Vic Fangio.
Next up, we got Tom Thibodeau getting fired by the Knicks. Honestly, bro, it's about damn time. You know what I'm saying? Tom Thibodeau, his coaching is very outdated as far as like running this starting lineup, you know what I'm saying? And just never deviating from his plan. You feel me? Just let Jalen Brunson cook in the last 5 minutes of the game, of every game. You know, he did start to adjust the late game lineup. You feel me? Taking Josh Hart off the court when he couldn't do anything in that Pacers series. But like, man, he's just way too outdated. The 3-point shooting, running his starting lineup into the dirt, man. Not trusting his bench, bro. These are the signs of a guy whose philosophy is just outdated, man. I'm gonna be honest, dog. So let's talk about the future. In my opinion, the Knicks have two guys that they should pursue heavily: Mike Malone and Taylor Jenkins. Initially, I was kind of against the Mike Malone idea when it comes to the Knicks because they didn't get a ton of threes up last year. Or this year, I should say, right? They were kind of middle of the pack as far as 3-point attempts go. And I think you should play to your strengths, right? You got 4 guys that are exceptional shooters in the starting lineup. I'm really not sure why they didn't, why they didn't go out of their way to get some more threes up. You know what I'm saying? But then I thought about it some more. And I'm like, man, although the 3-point shooting will probably either stay the same or even get worse with Mike Malone, I think there's just too many similarities with those Nuggets team and this Knicks team that you should go out and heavily pursue him, right? So you have the fact that he won the championship, Mike Malone won a championship with a big that could not protect the rim, right? And the end goal, obviously, to win a ring. And the Knicks have that same exact guy, calling things sounds. He is not a rim protecting big man. You know what I'm saying? And Mike Malone was able to work with that defensively and craft championship level defense. Okay. And the next thing was the two-man game between Cat and Brunson, right? We didn't see, it wasn't super effective. Not like the Nuggets were with Murray and Jokic. I'm not saying that Murray is as good as Brunson or Cat is as good as Jokic. I'm just saying they could do some very similar things to each other. You know what I'm saying? I think that could be huge if you bring in Mike Malone. I also do think that he will be able to identify some of the talent off that bench, right? We saw Tom Thibodeau didn't play Mitchell Robinson until it was too late. He didn't put Josh Hart on the bench until it was too late. I think that Mike Malone is not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, Mike Malone would be a great hire for the Knicks. And in an ideal world, that's what they go out and get. My second favorite candidate for the job is Taylor Jenkins. I say that because I think his eye for talent is unmatched in the NBA, honestly. So you got like how they developed, Scottie Pippen Jr., Jay Huff, got some rotational minutes and was really good when he played. You got the guy Shammy Wills. You got what's his name, Vince Williams Jr. All these guys, you know what I'm saying, developed in that Grizzlies, in that Grizzlies pipeline. All right, stutter of hell. But Taylor Jenkins, I think he would go and see that. Okay, although he's not the biggest guy, Deuce can start. Like, he can play with the starters. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Kolek can come off the bench and be an asset. You know what I'm saying? A guy like, I forget his first name, but Huck Porty was getting, the slightest amount of minutes at the beginning of the year because Achua and Mitchell Robinson were both out, right? I think that Taylor Jenkins would see that and be like, yeah, this guy can play a little bit. You feel me? I also think he would play with the two big lineup, Mitchell Robinson and Cat, on the court together, because we kind of saw that with Jaren constantly having a center next to him. Those are the reasons I like Taylor Jenkins. I also think that he would make the defense work out. I know he had Jaren Jackson, who's a fantastic defender, but his defense were always at the top of the league, man. Even though you have John Moran, who's not a particularly good defender, Desmond Bain, not a particularly good defender. Even though these guys aren't very strong defensively, he still had them, top 10 defensively, top 5 defensively, year after year. You know what I'm saying? And I think he could make it work with the Knicks, with their excellent wing defenders, Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. So with all that being said, Taylor Jenkins, my second favorite coach for the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, other guys, you're not going to bring in Bud. He's finished, I think. Not going to bring in Doc Rivers. At least he shouldn't. Maybe a rookie head coach. Hey, try something out. You know what I'm saying? But I think a veteran is really the way that they should go because you're trying to win now. Last but not least, we got the parlay today. This is going to spoil some of my UFC opinions for this Saturday. But, hey, that's life, bro. I'm doing some more research on Patrick Nicks, so that video is going to be out probably Thursday. This actually started last week with the Aaron Blanchfield card. I had Blanchfield to go to the decision, and I had Dustin Jacoby minus 195, and then I forget what the odds were for the Blanchfield decision. My other two picks, though, all right? Obviously, the Blanchfield main event didn't happen. That's life, you feel me? But my other two picks, right? We got Luque over Kevin Holland. I don't know how Holland is like a minus 200 favorite, but do we not know he's not good at fighting? I don't know, bro. I don't know why Kevin Holland is a favorite in that fight. I don't know how the hell Vegas has him minus 200. They know something I don't, clearly. You know what I'm saying? But this is the big one. I got Sean O'Malley plus like 230 or something to win against Merab. They breaking shit next door? Anyways, bro, like, what the hell? I got O'Malley to beat Merab for reasons I'm going to talk about in my next video. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to spoil it too much for y'all. You feel me? But I do genuinely believe that those two things are going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's 5, bro. I got crazy odds on this, bro. And I wish Blanchfield, I wish Macy Barber never dropped out of that fight, dog. It was $5 to win $98, bro. Like, what? for 4 fights? Like, nigga, that's crazy odds, bro. You feel me? But unfortunately, it's not gonna be that crazy of odds because Macy Barber did drop out in that Aaron Blanchfield fight. It did get canceled last second, but that's life. You feel me? That's the parlay today. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a recurring segment. I wanted to bet on WNBA today, but it was only one game on. You feel me? It was Wings versus the Storm, and it's like I need more options than that, dog. I'm not a heavy WNBA watcher, man. That's about it, y'all. You feel me? Like I said, UFC 316 predictions coming Thursday. You feel me? Maybe even earlier if I somehow find the time on Wednesday. That I will, though. Not gonna lie. Well, I got another video on the way for y'all. I'm gonna do after game 1 why a shade ring is bad for the NBA, and I hope the Pacers get blown out game 1. But I'm sorry, John. I just do, man. I do. I want that video to cook a little bit. You feel me? Speaking of videos cooking, I love all the support on the Brock Purdy video. The last one I put out, there's a lot of folks in the comments giving me some support. I love that. Speaking of comments, hey, like, comment, subscribe. You feel me? If you agree with my takes, you know what I'm saying, leave a like. If you disagree, go to the comments. You feel me? It's foolproof. It's a foolproof plan. Anyways, though, yeah, that's about it, y'all. I don't got too much to say. You know what I'm saying? Expect some more videos. Yeah, feel me? Good frequency. That's about it, y'all, though. Peace.